Would you like to work closer to home, save money on gas, and be rewarded for your hard work and attendance? Then Bellisio Foods is looking for you. That's right, Bellisio Foods is now hiring for multiple positions and shifts with great employee benefits, an on-site health clinic, competitive wages, and advancement opportunities. Bellisio Foods is a company that truly values their employees. Apply online at BellisioFoods.com/careers.
Hey everybody, it's your old pal Porterhouse, and have we got news for you? It's the brand new Cycle Search 2023, and we've got not one, but two we're giving away.
That's right, it's twice as nice, and you're going to find our prices right here at Honda Suzuki Polaris Can-Am KO of Jackson, just off US Route 35 at the Standpipe Road exit. Porterhouse giving the big bike away over there. Tell them about it.
Well, this one right here may be a little bit used once it gets into your possession, but basically what you're going to be doing is searching all over our listening area for a set of keys that will go to these KOs. And of course, what will happen is you'll listen to the clues, you'll try to figure out where it's at, and once you think you know where it is, you go look for it. And when you find it, you win!
Exactly. So how do you win? Be listening to Matt and the Morning Crew. Each weekday morning, you're going to get your clues there first on Mix 96 FM. Matt will have those clues, and then you can hear them across our total media platforms on 97 Country The Bull, also on WCJO FM, Pure Rock 98.7, and Fox Sports 105.3 FM. Again, you find that key packet, you're right away on a KO Storm 150 or this beautiful KO Predator 125. It's all from your friends at Total Media, and of course, Honda Suzuki Polaris Can-Am KO in Jackson.
Well, happy Friday, everyone, and welcome to the morning show. It is a rainy, icky Friday, but that's okay because we'll be sunshiny in here. How's that? Yes. And of course, welcome. And we are here with our good friend Maddie, and your name is a tongue twister.
Yeah.
I want to say Addie Allman. Maddie Allman.
Yeah.
And we are going to talk about some things 4-H today.
Yes, 4-H Friday. How exciting.
Woo, woo. I mean, on a rainy Friday, what better than to talk about something positive and fun and great for our community and for our kids?
Yes. Yeah. So, big announcement. I'd like to invite you all to the 4-H open house happening next week, Thursday, March 9th from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. at the fairgrounds. We're going to have lots of fun stuff going on out there for anyone excited about or interested in joining 4-H this year. So we're really excited to make that happen and get people involved and give them more ideas for what they can do in 4-H.
You know, and that's such a good idea to have an open house where there will be people there that, you know, the kids can meet and their parents can meet and everybody can kind of mingle and figure out, you know, what projects they might be interested in and that kind of stuff. So that's good.
Yeah, we're going to have stations set up all around the 4-H building and then leading down to the the livestock office and the show arena down there. So we'll have a station for about every project area: clothing, cake decorating, sewing, I mean, anything. So
I want to go back to 4-H.
Yeah, come on out. We'd love to have you there. I think it'll be really fun. We've got some clubs. The club that is doing the cake decorating station, for example, they're going to have cupcakes, and the kids can decorate cupcakes.
Yes.
We're going to have a snow cone machine and popcorn and cotton candy, and it'll be like a little carnival with games and prizes, and it'll be really fun. So I hope everyone comes out.
That's right. And it's an open house, so just come on out. You don't have to make a reservation or get tickets or anything, right? You just come on out.
It's free. Come on out. We are very grateful for some funding from the Jackson County Community Fund. They give us a big grant to put on this event and offer prizes and food and games. So we're very thankful for their support, and that helps make this event free of cost for our families.
You know, and that's how it should be because 4-H is so important and it's such a good thing for the kids. So will this be at the community building or where will this take place?
Yeah, so this will...
The fairgrounds is big,
yes.
so I just wanted to...
Yeah, so this will be at the fairgrounds out on Meadow Run Road. Come on in. You'll kind of see some signs leading you where to go,
Okay.
and you'll park right there on the midway where normally like the rides and stuff would
Okay.
be during the fair. Most of the event will take place in the 4-H building right
Okay.
there. It's a brand new building right there on the midway.
Right.
And then there will be teens and volunteers helping lead you down to go see the animals down in the show arena. So,
What? There's going to be animals?
yep, we're really excited. I think
Yay.
as of right now, we've got on the lineup some rabbits and poultry. I think we've got a steer or two coming, maybe a hog. I know for sure some goats. So I think it's going to be a really fun time.
Yippee! So the kids can, and how fun that they get a chance to like meet the critters and be like, oh, I think I want to maybe show one of these animals. and
Yeah.
Talk to people that do and like what all is involved in that. Okay, so again, that is this coming, like next Thursday.
Yeah, so this upcoming Thursday, so a
Yes.
week from yesterday.
Yes,
Yep.
March 9th, 5:30 to 7:30 at the Jackson County Fairgrounds. And you need to come out, parents, kids, grandparents, whomever, might be interested in learning about 4-H and all of those great things.
Yeah, we're excited. We're going to have all of the project areas, like I said. So
Love that.
4-H is for everyone, not just for those kids that show animals at the county fair. So if you know that, or if you think that you can't be in 4-H because you can't show livestock,
Yeah.
that's not the case.
No.
We can definitely get you involved in something that you're passionate about. So like I just talked about on the radio, we have projects that are called self-determined projects.
Yes.
So if you can't find something that fits your interests, you can just make up your own. So
Correct. If you're interested in something and you just want to learn more about it or experiment with it or whatever, make your own project.
yep, and we can help you out with that. So we're excited.
And the good thing is, this will be a great opportunity too. I mean, this is just my opinion, to meet people from the different 4-H clubs. Because how many 4-H clubs do we have in Jackson County now?
Yeah, we have about 28 to 32 clubs depending on specialties. We have like a shooting sports club, some horse-specific clubs, some
Yes.
clubs that focus on livestock, some that focus on everything. So
Right.
it just kind of depends on what you're interested in. Yeah.
So, and that's this is a great time to meet all of those folks and like then, talk with Maddie or one of the gang, and they can get you kind of directed in what club would probably fit your needs the best.
Yeah,
and that kind
so
of thing.
it's my goal. We're going to have iPads and computers there. So if you're interested in joining getting your kid involved in the 4-H program, but you don't know where to start,
Yes.
it's my goal that we can get you connected with a club at the event, get you enrolled in 4-H, and you walk away from that event knowing that you've picked your projects, you're in a club, and then you know what to do next. So
There you go.
Yeah.
Now, when is the deadline to enroll for 4-H?
yeah, so Jackson County's 4-H enrollment deadline is April 15th. Every county is a little bit different. So
Okay.
Jackson County's is April 15th. So that gives you time to find a club, pick out what projects you want to take, and kind of get established before that deadline.
Okay, very good. And it gives you time to think about it. If you come to the open house and you're like, oh, well, I think I might want to do it, but I'm not sure. That gives you a little bit of time.
Yep.
So that's
Yeah.
wonderful. Very good. So, 4-H in our area is so important. And I think, I grew up in 4-H, you grew up in 4-H, and I wouldn't trade those years for anything. Like, I mean, they're just, you met people and meet people that you would never have met otherwise.
Yes.
And, make these bonds. And, you and I have talked about it here on the show, but so it was weird. I got a message from, see here it's like you think about 4-H and it's like a given, but I got a message from a friend that lives up north. And she said her little boy is wanting to take pigs to the fair. And I was like, that's so good. And she was
Yeah.
like, my family's making fun of him for it.
Oh,
And I'm like, what?
yeah, that makes me so sad.
Doesn't it? And I like literally wanted to get in my car and drive like 5 hours north and go beat someone's rear end because I'm like, wow, that's just such a different mindset than we have down here.
And
Like,
and I can speak on that. And this is something that I think we're focusing a lot with when it comes to 4-H professionals and
Yeah.
extension professionals and working in the ag-related community. A lot of our kids do kind of get some backlash from being involved in the ag industry, right? It's not a popular field. A lot of kids are very removed from the farm, right? Like,
do
there's
people
no,
not know where their food comes from?
So focusing and giving these kids a community like 4-H to
Yes.
find friends with like mind. that they can join a club and be a part of a group of kids that have the same interests, and they can have a conversation about what they do on the weekends without that judgment. So that's another positive thing about 4-H, because I know when I was in school, my friends weren't in 4-H. And so sitting around the lunch table, I didn't talk about 4-H. But with my friends that were in 4-H, those monthly meetings or biweekly meetings were the best time ever, because I could talk about my passion with those kids.
Yeah, and I'm so glad that you brought that up. That is such a good point, because I can remember growing up and I had my horse show friends and my friend friends. And you didn't really talk about, one thing with the other, because it just didn't. You didn't have anything in common with that. So, yeah, I love that you're saying that. And I'm hoping that, her little boy gets into a great club and then realizes that, who cares what anyone else says? Yeah. Like, I just can't believe that's even a thing. Why would you do that? And, people need to understand that agriculture is like how we survive.
Yes. Yeah. That's our food. That's, where, a lot of our animals at the fair, they go into our food system. I don't think people realize that, right? Like, and all of our kids, they have to go through quality assurance training, which is a training that teaches them about how their animals go into our food system, how to care for them properly, like antibiotic withdrawal times and a lot of that stuff. Yeah. So making sure that our kids understand that these animals are food and that they go into our food system and that they are contributors to, the continuation of our society. So it isn't really, when you think about it, it gets really deep.
It very deep.
So our kids, they take pride in what they do and the animals that they raise. And it is definitely a very difficult thing to do. Sometimes I think our kids do get a lot of pushback from outside folks or kids at school that don't realize all of the benefits from the program and the things that they're learning and the friendships that they make throughout the process. So.
Oh, absolutely. And my statement earlier, I would stand by it. Like I wouldn't trade that for anything.
Yeah.
It was, some of your best friends, and again, it's people that you would have never met otherwise.
Yep, absolutely. And then even outside of the livestock realm, 4-H,
for sure.
4-H gets its root in agriculture for sure. We definitely have our biggest presence in the communities at the county fairs and the animals at the county fairs. There's so much more to 4-H other than the livestock, right? And so those kids can find their niche too. If we have kids that are very interested in shooting sports, they can join the shooting sports program and go to shooting sports workshops and shooting sports camps all throughout the year. If we have kids that are interested in sewing or quilting, they can go join a quilting or sewing club and connect with those kids and those volunteers that are passionate and knowledgeable about those areas and do quilting and sewing workshops.
And you're learning this for free, mind you.
Yes,
for the most part.
Our teens in this county are very active. They do wonderful things. So I think that's another misconception, is that 4-H is just for little ones.
Oh, no.
Our 4-H age is from 8 years old to 18.
So. I left kicking and screaming.
Yes.
I think I told you, I came back from college, my freshman, because the way my birthday fell, I could come back and do it after my freshman year.
So our teens are very involved as junior fair board members. They plan the fair all throughout the year as junior leaders. You might see some teens go to the schools and talk about 4-H, help with after school programs, do community service. Hopefully they might be on this radio show eventually.
Yes.
And then our camp counselors, of course, plan camps all throughout the year. So very active. It's not just a thing that happens during the summer. Our kids work all year round to make sure that their projects are successful and that the program is run smoothly. So very proud of our kids and all the work that they do, and our volunteers. Our volunteers are exceptional. So we're very excited about this program year, and I think it'll be a really good time.
And I think so. And now that we've gotten hopefully past the C word situation that we've been dealing with for, several years, and things can get a little bit back to normal. It's going to be wonderful. And I love that. I can't believe our county has that many 4-H groups. That's so wonderful.
Yeah, I think we have about 500 folks involved in the 4-H program directly, and then we reach about 1,200 kids a year indirectly through the 4-H program, whether that's through after-school programs or in-school programs. Teacher training, so teaching teachers how to lead 4-H programs in their classrooms, doing community service, promotional programs, anything like that. So definitely
Yeah.
a wide-reaching and far-reaching program in the community here.
That and it's just so important. And you know what? If your kid's never going to be a farmer, fine. But it's great for them to learn about it and learn where your food comes from, and
Yeah, absolutely.
learn all of those things. And you have invaluable lessons from, like you were talking about, quilting or sewing. Like if your mom or dad doesn't sew, like fine. You have a 4-H advisor that does,
Yeah,
and they can
absolutely.
teach you that. And learning about canning or learning about any of that stuff that you can glean from these people is wonderful. So do you need obviously this is about the kids learning about 4-H and whatever, but are you needing leaders too? Like, do you need volunteers, or what are you looking for, like maybe as an adult?
Yeah, so we are always, and I cannot stress this enough, always looking for volunteers to help out with our program in any way, shape, or form. So several times this year already, I've had kids that have reached out interested in different projects, and we don't have someone knowledgeable or has the time or is able to kind of share that information. So if you are someone, just things off the top of my head, who is passionate and knowledgeable about woodworking or welding or some of those tangible skills, we could definitely utilize you in our program. Basically anything, and don't take this the wrong way, but anything outside of livestock, we really need help with.
Right.
We're really focusing on STEM education. We're hiring a 4-H program assistant, which is still in the works, but we're very excited to add that new person to our staff. And their specific role will to be work in the school districts and after school programs to do STEM education. So I foresee as those programs grow, our 4-H project enrollment in STEM projects might grow as well. And so we'll have kids that are interested in STEM. So we're going to need people who know and are knowledgeable about STEM. So whether that's science, technology, engineering, mathematics, art education as well. Anything, along the lines of those. So if you're interested in being a volunteer, reach out to me. I'd be glad to talk with you about next steps and how that might work, and kind of get you going on the right track.
That's so wonderful. And again, I just can't stress how important 4-H is. So let's talk for a minute about when you were here the last time, and you just touched on it. You were talking about trying to get kind of like a little after school program together. How's that going?
Yeah, so actually on Tuesday, I'm going to Wellston Intermediate to do some STEM stuff with them. We have little robots that roll around on the floor. The kids love them. And so
why didn't you bring one?
I know I should have. Maybe
what
next
is
time.
wrong with you?
Maybe
I
next time
wanna
I'll bring
play.
one. And so we call them Spheros, and the kids can use an iPad. We have a classroom set of iPads and a classroom set of the Spheros that we got through a grant through Apple.
Great.
And so they can use the iPads to move around the Spheros. And this lesson will be about transportation. So in 3rd grade right now, that curriculum that they're learning and that standard of education is about transportation.
Okay.
So they're going to draw their favorite vehicle, whether it's a Model T or the biggest truck that they can think of.
Okay.
And they will color it in and do the best artwork that they can, and they're going to tape it to like a Solo Cup. That Solo Cup will sit on top of that robot, and then they will drive their little car around a big mat that I have that's like a
Love
town.
that.
So then they will learn about transportation and speed and how they have to slow down and stop, turn right, turn left, etc. So we're really excited about that.
Very good.
3rd grade is my favorite grade, so I'm really excited to go work with those 3rd graders over there at Wellston. We also, I've got a teacher interested in doing Chick Quest, which is a popular program that we offer. It's a chick incubation program. So the chicks.
Yes.
The students.
I mean, I do find myself going to the old Tractor Supply just to look at
So we actually
little
have some incubating in our office right now. We got a brand new incubator the other day through another grant program. And so we're testing it out, making sure that it works okay and everything. But the teachers will get an incubator and a dozen eggs or so to incubate in their classroom, and they learn all about the life cycle over 21 days while the chicks incubate and hatch. And so they'll talk about chick incubation, and that Chick Quest curriculum meets all of the national science standards for teachers. So
I love that.
Yes. So
how fun is that?
That's just one of our many school programs that we offer. And then, of course, our program assistant that we're going to welcome to the team, they are going to do, I think, awesome work with STEM education. We're really excited for some of the resources that we can pull from the state and national levels to really bring science and technology to Jackson County. So that person's position is grant funded. We received a grant through the Ohio Department of Education.
Oh, great.
They identified 16 counties across the state that lack access to rural broadband, science, technology, engineering, and math.
That'd be us.
And kind of those target areas. So they selected Jackson County as a priority county and gave us that funding to really target those areas in our schools and give those kids the access to those programs. So we're really excited about the things that they will do and the things that these kids are going to come up with. I mean, we have a classroom set of iPads, and a lot of these kids know more about these iPads than I do.
Well,
so,
of course.
they'll learn things about coding and app design, robotics, and I mean, it's going to be a really, really cool program. So we're really excited about that.
That is wonderful.
Yeah.
And I assume that you'll be, kind of infiltrating all the other schools as well.
Yes, of course. Yeah. So if you're a teacher that's interested in getting 4-H in your classroom, log on to jackson.osu.edu. There's a tab under there called 4-H in the classroom, and that lists out all of the school programs that we can do. And if there's an idea that you have that's not listed on there, i.e. transportation lesson, then reach out and we can see what we can do to get involved with your kiddos.
That is so great.
Yeah, Josh, our A&R educator who was on last time, he just wrote a big grant. We're hoping we get it. But for gardening education programs, and so we're hoping to put a community garden out and then get involved in the schools to do gardening and natural resource education, maybe some school garden programs and things. So we're very excited about getting involved with the local schools as well.
Yep, that is perfect. And, again, teaching the kids that meat doesn't come from the grocery store and your vegetables don't just come from the grocery store. There's like a whole lot of process in between there.
Yeah, absolutely.
And transportation is one of them.
Yeah, I'm really excited about that one. I think it'll be really fun. I love third grade again, so I think it'll be awesome. So I'm excited to see the artwork that they create and what they think of the robots and how they use them, to move them across. We have this giant map. I mean, it's probably 8 feet long. And it's like a town and a farm, and it has little roads, and they'll have to kind of navigate through so they don't wreck into the soybean field or anything. So it'll be really fun.
That.
Yeah.
That's a blast. Well, thank you for all that you're doing.
Yeah.
I mean, this is so good.
Yep.
And
this is my passion. This is what I love to do. So I'm really excited to be here. Back home, I mean, I'm from Vinton County, so this is home to me. And I'm just really, really excited to be back home and doing what I love.
Very, very good. That is amazing. Well, is there anything else that you wanted to kind of let our viewers know about while you're here? I don't know. You said the deadline is what, April 15th?
Yep.
In Jackson County.
Yep, in Jackson County. So you might
sign up.
Yeah, you might see posts on Facebook if you have friends from other counties. Ross counties might be different, or Vinton counties might be different. So Jackson County's deadline is April 15th. That is to join a club, pick projects, and get enrolled in 4-H Online, which is our online enrollment system. So everyone has to be in 4honline.com and be enrolled and assigned to a club by April 15th.
Okay, so say someone cannot make this open house, which again is next Thursday, March 9th, 5:30 to 7:30 at the fairgrounds. All is not lost. It's totally okay.
Yeah.
If you can make it, it's great because you'll have all of the opportunity to meet everyone and have someone help you sign up and all of that stuff. But if you can't do that, you need to enroll your child online. And what is that again?
4honline.com. So if you Google 4-H Online, it should pop up.
Okay.
You can also get on our website, jackson.osu.edu.
Okay.
And there's a page called 4-H Online Enrollment Help. You can also email me at almond.68@osu.edu or call the Jackson County Extension Office and we can get you connected.
And that was what I was going to say too. Like say, okay, I get online and, my kid is interested in goats. I have no idea why my kid is interested in goats. I've never touched a goat before in my life. I have no idea how to help them with the goat. I've got them enrolled online, but I have no idea what club would be best for my child.
Yeah.
They could call you or
so
get a hold of somebody.
The first step is to find a club. So if you don't have any friends in 4-H, it's my recommendation. If you know somebody or you know somebody that knows somebody, try and get connected with them. But if you have no idea, you're starting from zero, you have no connections within the 4-H program, give me a ring and we can get you connected with a 4-H club. Online on our website, there is a club directory. It lists who our head advisors are, their phone numbers, their emails, where they meet, when they meet, what kind of things they focus on. If their club is very cloverbud heavy or shooting sports heavy or horse heavy, whatever it might be.
Sure.
And so first step is to find a club and get connected with them.
Okay.
Second step is to decide what projects that you want to take. So goats. Third step is to enroll in 4-H online.
Okay.
So find a club, pick a project, enroll in 4-H online.
Okay. There you go.
Yep.
Super easy.
Super easy. And if you can't make the open house, that's totally okay. Just give us a call at the extension office and we can connect you with someone and answer your questions.
All right. And as you can tell, Maddie is super duper sweet and very passionate, and she will help you along the way. Let's talk about, okay, first off, is it ever too late to enroll in 4-H? Like, I'm 15 and I just don't know because I didn't start when I was 9 like everybody else. Like, is it too late?
No, absolutely not. We have, actually, I have a member that their first year in 4-H is this year and they're a senior. And they're getting ready to graduate. So we will take you at any year, at any age.
So you don't have to start from
No, we just
beginning.
want you to be involved and be a part of a safe community that will help you and give you the support that you need.
That's right. And have a lot of fun along the way.
And have a lot of fun along the way.
And meet some really cool people along
Yes.
the way. Yeah, absolutely.
And hang out with me quite a lot, which is kind of fun too. So.
Hey, there you go. Who wouldn't want to hang out with Maddie? Let's talk about Clover Buds for a minute. Could we talk about that program?
Absolutely. So a while ago, we noticed that our 4-Hers were not coming to meetings or couldn't make it, or were bringing along siblings because they had younger siblings that they were taking care of, or parents,
They were babysitting.
Yeah, and so 4-H developed a program, the Clover Bud program. So,
so cute.
Those are our kiddos that are 5 years old and in kindergarten. So that and is pretty key.
Okay.
So they're 5 years old and in kindergarten up to age 7 and in second grade. And so those are our younger kids. They do not compete. They don't take actual 4-H projects. They are there to kind of learn the ropes and understand and kind of get an understanding of what 4-H is. Our Clover Bud advisors are given a specific training on how to work with kids of that age.
Okay.
Because, ages and stages, those kids are developmentally different.
Yes.
And so they do crafts and play fun games and do lots of really neat things. Here in Jackson County, we do something pretty cool called Clover Bud Project Jumpstarts. So all of our project books that are old or discontinued or got revisions done, but we still have the old ones, those Clover Buds can actually look at those projects and they work with a parent or a volunteer to do the activities out of those books. And then they come in for a project interview just like the big kids.
Really?
Yes. Yeah. So not every county does something like that. So I really think that that's a neat opportunity for our Clover Buds to kind of get a taste of what it means to be a 4-H member.
Yes.
And then start building upon those leadership skills as well.
I can think, interviewing is such a huge part of, your development and growing. And I think my first interview ever was my 4-H interview. But when you're starting that at 9 years old,
Yes.
that helps. Everything that you're doing, you're sitting down with an adult in front of you and they're asking you questions that you're supposed to know the answers to. And is it intimidating and terrifying? Yes.
But it's so good. I remember my first interview was when I was a 4-H member. I was 9 years old, and they told you, you need to dress nice for an interview. So my mom, bless her heart, bought me a Barbie pink dress suit. Like, here I was, 9 years old, in a pencil skirt and a blazer, Barbie pink, walking into my little 4-H
you thought you
interview.
were all that.
Oh yeah, and it was awesome. And so I feel like I did really good that year because I was, I felt like a businesswoman. I dressed up and so yeah, our kids do a really great job of they study their projects all year round. They work really hard in their project books. So they work on a poster or some sort of display. And then they sit down with a volunteer that asks them those questions about their projects and then gives them a score. So it's a really great learning opportunity. And I truly feel that all of those countless interviews that I did for all of my projects year after year prepared me for my college interviews.
Absolutely.
Scholarship applications,
Yep.
my first job interview. And so it definitely, you think that starting it, when they're 9 years old, they won't learn anything from it, but they definitely do.
It's
and it's
invaluable.
something that carries with them throughout their lifetime for sure.
And I can remember, and this is, I think, one of the big things about 4-H too. I can remember being that 9-year-old and going in and having my little horse book and being so intimidated by it. And I remember some of the older kids taking me to the side and being like, okay, this is kind of what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And making me feel so much better about it. And I remember it like it was yesterday.
Yeah.
I don't remember any of the interviews in between, but I remember that first one.
You remember that mentorship aspect
Yes.
and that role modeling that our teens do such a great job of.
Correct.
And that's what we teach in this program, right? You start when you're
Yes.
young and you learn the ropes and you give back constantly. So our teens do a really great job
Yes.
of mentoring and leading those kids along. And then the circle just kind of continues. So
And then the tables turn somewhere in between and you become that teenager
Yes.
that's helping the other little one.
yes, yeah.
And it just kind of organically happens. There's never okay, now you're going to be the leader and you're, no, it just kind of happens.
And we have some kids who come in at 9, 10 years old and they are a leader. I mean, and they really just come in, they know right what they're doing, and sometimes they help our older kids, and it's a really great opportunity. Our clubs aren't age restricted. This is a question that I got the other day. Someone called into the office, and our clubs are all mixed and mingled, so they range from 5 years old to 18 years old, and so that's a really great opportunity for our kids to interact with kids that aren't their age, learn from them, serve as role models, learn social skills and new life skills. So that's also something I appreciate about our club model is that our kids learn directly from each other as well.
There you go. Yeah, I can remember my very first horse practice. We got our horses together and went to a site, and I fell off my horse in front of everyone, and I could have just died. I'm 9 years old. And
I probably would have fallen off too.
yeah,
So.
I just, there was a mud puddle, and I went this way, and the horse went that way, and I ended up falling, and it was just so embarrassing.
Oh, yikes.
But, the big kids, they come, and they make sure you're okay, and they pick you up, and I think they gave me, this little award that made me feel better, and, whatever. But it's just, that's what 4-H is all about.
Yep.
Teaching you to be a good human on top of all the other stuff.
Yep,
And is it
absolutely.
competitive? Heck yeah, it is. At the end of the day, I want that, grand
You want
champion
that award,
trophy.
yeah.
But in the meantime, it's a lot of fun too.
Yes, yeah. And that's, I think next time I'll be back, we'll talk a little bit about 4-H camp. But that is also something that I love about our 4-H camps over the summer too, is you have that same aspect. We have our camp counselors who are teens and high school students that mentor and counsel those kids throughout that week-long camp. And just the transformation that happens between those kiddos throughout from the first day to the last day it's insane to see. So camp is my favorite thing about 4-H, and I love it. And so at the open house, we'll have some information about our camps too.
Goody.
But yeah, camp information I think will come out a little bit later this spring. We don't have all of our registrations and stuff like that ready yet, but we're really excited. And that's what I love about camp the most too, is that growth.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we're so blessed to have the camp right here in our area. You have Canner's Cave, which is fantastic.
Yes,
And
yeah.
that's one of the places that you can go, and it's so good. Yeah. And
if you've never visited Canner's Cave,
oh my,
go visit. It's beautiful. Take a winter hike. Maybe not today while it's really muddy.
No, we don't want to do that.
Let it
be a
dry
fair
up a little
weather
bit.
hiker. Yeah.
But we do have a camp open house. That is May 7th. It's a Sunday.
Okay.
From noon to 4 at camp. So if you're interested in sending your kid to camp this summer, I encourage you guys to head out to camp. I'll have a flyer for that for you guys if you want it. But Camp Open House is really fun because we'll have all of the camp activities that you can do in the summer.
Cool.
And in those few hours at camp. So they can go boating, they can go hiking, fishing, Sometimes we have the pool open. It depends on how warm it is. May, it just
you never know.
depends. But they do a lot of fun stuff at Camp Open House. All of our camp counselors are there, so they get to meet the counselors that they might see that summer, and it's a really fun time. So I'll have a flyer for that, and more information will be out about Camp Open House soon. But if you're interested in summer camps, I recommend Camp Open House on May 7th. It's a Sunday from noon to 4.
So good. So you can get to that after you get enrolled in 4-H and do to this open house. Again, Thursday, March 9th, 5:30 to 7:30 at the Jackson County Fairgrounds. That's at the 4-H building. Mm-hmm. But if you can just get to the fairgrounds, there will be plenty of people to direct you where you're going.
We'll have signs. We'll have camp counselors there, volunteers. You can't miss it. So if you make it to the fairgrounds, you'll know right where to go.
There you go. And some critters for you to visit with as well. So that will be so fun. Well, all right. Well, Maddie, is there anything else you wanted to let our viewers know while you're here?
Join 4-H.
It's as simple as that.
Mm-hmm. Join 4-H. We're excited to have you guys.
Yep. There you go. And I cannot tell you how important it is. Mm-hmm. Get your kids involved and they will have a blast.
Yes. Yep.
I don't know that I've ever talked to anyone that said, I just didn't like 4-H. I've never heard that comment.
Nope. Yep. So it's a great program.
Yes. Yep. Yes, it is. All right. Well, before you get out of here for the day, today is Friday, which means we are on day 10 already of the cycle search. And we have your clue for today. So we're going to make Maddie read it before we leave. So you can read day 10.
Okay, so day 10, with 2 bikes on the line given away for free, it's not going to be easy to find that key. Not going to be easy.
No. So 2 bikes on the line, does that mean anything? So here's the deal, man. You've got to listen to all these clues, and there may be like a word here or whatever.
Yeah.
That
I think I figured out that clue.
Did you?
You remember where Dylan wanted to hide it?
Yes.
Underwater?
Yes.
You got to have your fishing line.
You got to
fish
have the line.
Got to fish it up out of the lake where Dylan sunk it.
Dylan must have meant that. Yep. They listened to Dylan and hit it where he said. So you either need your scuba suit or a fishing line to get to it.
Yeah.
On the line.
We talked about that catfish line. I'm telling you, that's the good idea.
That's
right
it.
There.
Or just stick your big glove down in there. Have you seen that people do that? That is nuts.
I could not. Nope.
Would you ever?
Nope.
Like, not a chance.
I have jumped out of a perfectly good airplane, but I will not stick my arm in a catfish hole. Will not do it. Nope.
No, absolutely not. Well, you're nuts for the airplane thing too. Although I think that I would do that before I would do the catfish
thing. It was
thing.
fun. I really recommend it.
Yes?
Yeah, it opens your eyes. It's really fun.
Oh, I'll bet it opens your eyes. And a whole lot of other stuff too.
Oh my gosh.
As the ground is barreling toward you at a high rate of speed.
Oh, it's fun. Yeah, it's really fun. I recommend it. I can't say anything other than that. But.
Okay. I'll take your word for it. I don't know. That may be one of those, like 50th birthday, midlife crisis kind of situations for me.
Yeah.
So, yeah. You never know. All right. Well, very good. See, you learned a secret about Maddie today.
Yeah, that's my fun fact. I've jumped out of a perfectly good airplane.
Nuts, I tell you. All right. Well, get back to work. We know it's that you're a very busy girl and you have a lot to do. And we appreciate you taking time to stop by and talk with us today.
Yep. Going to go set up for the open house. So
Heck yeah.
We're excited.
And don't forget, again, this coming Thursday, March 9th. I can't believe that'll be March 9th already. At the Jackson County Fairgrounds, 5:30 to 7:30. Bring your kids. Just have fun. Even if they don't end up signing up, bring the kids anyway.
Yeah, they'll have fun. My nephew's coming. He's not even old enough to be a clover bud yet, but they're just excited to take him to see the animals. So bring your kids. Come on out.
Yep.
There'll be crafts and games and music and animals. And it'll still be a really fun time. Yep.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much. I'm excited to be here.
Of course. Come back anytime. You're welcome.
Yep.
All right.
Thank you.
Of course. Thank you. All right, Dylan, you got the weather there. So here's the deal with the weather forecast. As you can see, they're talking about a 100% chance of rain today, which it has, of course, been doing all morning long, extensively. But they are also talking about some severe storms this evening, some high winds, and that kind of thing. So just be on the lookout. Watch and maybe listen to the news. Pull up your weather forecast wherever you are in our viewing area. Check it out because it's not looking all that great for this evening. But then we get to tomorrow where it looks like partly cloudy skies. It's clearing up. Highs around 55 degrees tomorrow, lows of 32. And then by Sunday, look at that. Some sunshine, 61 degrees. And then Monday, partly cloudy skies, highs of 72. So not looking too shabby for the weekend. If we can just get through this icky weather today, we will have it beat. So that's a good thing. All right, James K. Hamilton is in the house. What's up, buddy?
Not much. How are you, Jennifer?
I'm doing all right.
Yeah?
Other than my driving prowess.
You didn't tell that story yet, did you?
I did not tell this story. It's very embarrassing.
Well, you should probably go ahead and tell it
But I got to tell it myself because,
Yeah.
it's too good not to. So, and this is kind of scary if you think about it. Have you all ever gotten in a vehicle and driven somewhere and don't remember how you got there? We've all done it, right?
Just get on autopilot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Dylan, have you ever done that?
Yeah.
You're like, oh, how did I get to the Dairy Queen or whatever? I don't remember driving there, but I got there.
It's funny you say that. So I worked at Dairy Queen in high school.
You did.
And I remember driving there, but there were definitely some nights that I drove home, but I didn't really remember the drive home that well.
So when I got in my car this morning, I had 3 people I needed to call and whatever. I thought, well, I'll just do all that on my way driving to the plaza out here, and that'll be a good time to get some of those messages taken care of, whatever. So I was talking to the contractor who's doing the remodel on our new building, and was driving and talking and driving and talking. And the next thing I know, I was past Jerry's Jamestown Market on my way to the old radio building. And it was one of those where I have no idea how I got from my house to there, but it was like a big brick hit me in the head, and I was like, wait, where am I? Wait, I am not even on the right end of town. So I had to call James and say, you're not going to believe where I am, and I am so sorry. I am on my way. I completely am driving to the wrong place.
That's pretty funny.
And that was me trying to get through it because I'm laughing at myself so hard because I'm an idiot.
The first 6 months or so at this building, it was nothing but telling people, remember, we're not at the radio building anymore.
Remember, we moved.
Yeah.
And I will say, honestly, I think maybe 4 times I've driven past the exit to come here now and gone down to the Broadway exit and then been like, oh shoot, what am I doing? So then you just turn around, drop back on the highway, and it's fine. But this one I actually drove all the way almost into town before it hit me. So that's my Friday story.
Well,
and I'm sticking
kicking
to
the weekend off good.
Yeah.
Well, I just got a message from Red Thompson.
You did.
That said we've got to talk about this.
Okay.
So Red talked about this a little bit at the end of the show yesterday, and we're bringing it back around today. So Red went to a meeting last night where they were going to decide, or at least discuss, what the entertainment would be for the Wild Turkey Festival this year.
Yes, and they were talking about a big-time artist.
And someone that Jennifer thinks is a big-time artist, and I pulled a Dylan and said, who? Who are you talking about?
Big-time artist.
So you want to tell them who the artist is?
Is it the one that I said? Yes. Okay. So the entertainment for this year's Wild Turkey Festival is going to be Pam Tillis.
Yeah. So there is a little bit of an asterisk on that. So they are asking for people to help with fundraising to pay for this.
Okay, because she's very expensive, as you can imagine.
Yeah. So it's technically just proposed.
Okay.
This is what Red says. So it is proposed that they are going to bring country music legend Pam Tillis to the Vinton County Wild Turkey Festival. An effort is underway at the direction of festival president Bill Buckley to raise funds for this. So if you are interested in donating to the Wild Turkey Festival to bring Pam Tillis in, checks can be mailed to P.O. Box 491, MacArthur, Ohio, 45651. And then it goes on to say that Tillis has 10 songs that charted in the top 10, including one number one.
Yep.
Yeah. So it doesn't say how much, what their fundraising goal is, but that is the plan.
It's a whole lot of a lot.
Yeah. It ain't nothing.
I have seen Pam Tillis in concert numerous times. She is fantastic. I love her. She's actually the daughter of Mel Tillis, if a lot of people would remember
Red
Mel
Thompson
Tillis.
remembers, for sure.
Well, Mel Tillis was one of those folks that had a horrible stuttering problem, but when he sang, it kind of went away.
Yeah.
I always thought that was so fascinating. But I love Pam Tillis. She's awesome. And you will love her too. She is great. And very, very talented and a beautiful lady as well. So let's get her to Vinton County.
What was that number you just put up there?
Yeah,
Dylan?
what was that number?
P.O. Box, you said?
It's P.O. Box 491.
Yeah.
You put a phone number up.
No, he put 491 and then the zip
And
code.
then the
to
zip
Vinton
code.
County.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, okay. Well,
all right.
you got both.
All right. So so if you want to donate.
He's just putting all the numbers up there.
So if you want to donate to this, you can send your checks to P.O. Box 491, MacArthur, Ohio, 45651. That's the zip code.
Yes.
So, So Pam Tillis potentially coming to the Wild
Get
Turkey
those
Festival.
checks in so that we can get her here because she is awesome.
Another news story I got here. This is a criminal justice story, kind of touching back on something Pete had mentioned earlier in the week.
Okay.
So this was from the Pike County Sheriff's Office. Do you remember him talking about this? It was a man accused of an abduction.
Kidnapping,
Kidnapping, yeah.
Yes.
So this was Timothy Brown of Waverly, and he, as of the February 28th, is in custody.
Yes, they ended up apprehending him, and I didn't hear like the details surrounding that, but he definitely was captured and.
Yep. So this is just a short story. There's not a whole lot of details released, but it says that there was a high-speed chase initially, and he was thought to be in possession of a firearm, but he is now in custody of the Pike County Sheriff's Office.
All right.
So,
scary situation when somebody, because the abduction allegedly happened at gunpoint and, that kind of thing. And that's some scary stuff.
Yeah. But we had mentioned that earlier in the week, and I saw that he was now in custody and thought,
you're good.
Yeah. You don't have to be scared of that. Cool semi-local high school basketball story last night.
So you were telling me about that. So can you, tell our viewers a little bit more about what's happening there?
So last night was the, let me get it right, the District Division 4 District Finals.
It's hard to say.
So this was played at the Combo in Athens, and it was Federal Hocking High School versus Portsmouth Notre Dame.
Okay.
The reason that this is kind of connected to us is that we've mentioned here on the show that we've recently brought two Athens County radio stations into the Total Media family.
Yes.
And Federal Hocking is in one of the teams that they cover.
Okay.
In Stewart, Ohio.
Cool.
So this game, they're playing in the district championship, and it was the first time since 1970 that they had done this. But there was an issue. The radio station, WATH, 970 WATH out of Athens, did not reach Stewart, Ohio. So what did J.J. Hale and crew figure out how to do? They moved from 97.1 FM, where WATH had been for years, up to 97.3 FM.
Okay.
And that allowed them to increase the range of the station by like 5 times.
What?
So that people in Stewart, Ohio were able to listen to this.
That is so awesome.
Isn't that cool?
Yes. That's very cool.
That's a much more complicated process than just typing in a different number in the system.
Now, will it remain there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but it was a neat thing. We'll talk about that a little bit more in a second. But the big news is that Federal Hawking won.
Yay!
So for the first time in 53 years, they are district champs.
That is awesome.
Yeah, so that's very cool.
Way to go.
Very cool.
Yes.
Yeah, but a little bit more on the radio side of it, because this is pretty interesting. So there is a 97.1 FM out of Columbus, and there is a 97.1 FM out of Huntington.
Okay, yes.
Which allowed very little room for the 97.1 coming out of Athens.
Because it gets choked out, basically.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So Hawking College used to have a station on 97.5, and they got rid of it.
Okay.
So that allowed room in that spectrum for them to move to 97.3.
Okay.
And increase that signal and not interfere with those stations coming out of Huntington and Columbus.
That is huge.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, that one little change. So now that station reaches Wellston now. It reaches MacArthur now.
Okay.
So yeah, so it's a big difference.
So what kind of format is that 97.3 station?
Well, it's in a state of flux right now. But
we don't really know.
Yeah, but I think you're going to start hearing some either classic rock or like mix format similar to what 96.7 has.
Okay.
But yeah, so all that stuff is in a little bit of a. They're still kind of making some decisions on what the music is going to be on. There's so much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
Way to go, guys.
Yeah, but I just thought that was really cool.
That is super cool.
Man, and I listened to it last night on the Total Media Radio app. Just crystal clear. Sounds so good coming over the internet.
Yay.
Here in Jackson, we're a little bit too far, but if you're in a high spot in Wellston, you can still pick it up.
There you go.
Which, before it was, barely leaving Athens. And now
that's
now it
game
reaches
changing.
MacArthur and Wellston. Yeah.
Literally, pun intended.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But congratulations to the Federal Hawking Lancers.
The Lancer. I was going to ask you
Lancers,
what
yeah.
Lancers. What is a Lancer?
It's like a knight.
Okay.
Yeah. With a lance, like a.
Like we're going to stab you with it.
Yeah, like a joust.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty cool.
That'd be fun. We should have a real live
Should
joust.
have jousting. Well,
we should have jousting.
So just about every summer we give away tickets to the Ohio Renaissance Fair, and they have jousting.
Do they?
Yeah, it's really cool.
Do they like kill each other?
Yeah. We went
really?
Yeah, we went this past summer, and you know how like at football games and stuff like that, the EMS is right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, as we got there, they were packing a dude off on a stretcher, and I think they flew him out on a helicopter. We didn't see.
That sounds horrible.
We did not see the incident where the guy got hurt, but yeah, he was in bad enough shape to need to be flown to the hospital.
Oh, I'm laughing at the situation, not that someone got hurt.
I mean, I think he was fine in the long run, but
we hope
he wiped out pretty bad. But no, it is super cool though. But it's dangerous. I wouldn't do it. But you're the horse queen, so you could probably.
Oh, I forgot to talk to her about that.
Bringing back the horse queen.
Yeah.
Had to start a petition.
We should, and then we could have like the Apple Festival Queens have a reunion every year at the Apple Festival. We could have a horse queen reunion.
I thought you were going to say we could have like a battle royale between all the Apple Festival queens and the horse queens.
Wow, you just went there, didn't you?
Yeah.
That was a weird. Yeah,
I don't know.
Weird.
I just thought that's where you're going.
Let's have a battle royale between the horse queens.
Yeah.
See if we still got it.
Are the horses involved?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
All that. You got to have poise and ride your horse all at the same time. I don't know. There's a thought. I have to ask Maddie if we can bring back the horse queen.
Bring back the horse queen. # bring back the horse queen.
Yes. Bring back the horse queen. I'll donate the first crown. How's that?
I mean, that to me, it's great, but you could also donate to the Patty Tillis Fund.
Pam
Tillis.
Pam Tillis.
Pam Tillis.
Don't mess with Pam Tillis. I know, Dylan, you don't know who Pam Tillis is either.
Oh, that. But I was also going to say...
yeah, but...
Dylan's like, I don't even know what the Wild Turkey Festival is.
Exactly.
I think I know that one. But I do have a bit of a funny story here. I just wanted to throw out there. So I've had the same car for a very long time, and you guys know about this.
It has Pickle Rick on it.
It does.
Yes.
So I got that car a while ago, and it was my mom's before that. So it's been in the family since I was like a little kid.
Yes.
And it's very old, and it's been struggling, like it's dying.
She's struggling a little bit, yeah.
Yeah. So when I was driving it the other day, it's always done this like rrr, rrr, rrr as I'm driving. It's the wheel. Something's wrong with the wheel. And it's on both sides.
It's an important part of the car.
It's okay. You've got 3 others. It's fine.
So I've been just making it work forever now. And I've been going back and forth between like Colton and places, just driving, and like I can't even hear the radio most of the time. It's like rrr, rrr, it's getting louder and louder. and I was getting kind of worried about it, and I called I called my friend that used to work at Subway. His name's Zach, and he's really good with cars. So him and his dad came down, and I bought the parts I said that I needed, and they were working on it. And they're like, "Oh, it ain't that bad. We'll get it fixed for you real quickly." And they're working on it. And then I'm at school, and I get a text, and it's like, "Hey, we're going to need more parts." And they said that the side that I thought was the issue did have a problem. It was the wheel bearing. But the other one needed a new arm and a wheel bearing. And they said they tested it, and they the guy's dad got in the car and was driving down the street, and they said it sounded like an AK-47 was going off as they were driving. And they were like, "Oh my God!" And he pulled over, and he's like, "I'm not driving this car any further. What it looked like, Zach?" And he's like, "It was tilting like this," and it was like going like halfway off the car.
So long story short, Dylan walked to work today.
Yes.
In the rain.
They fixed it for me, and they said it should feel like it's new to you. And I got in there, and it had new brakes. It said the brakes were going bad, and they explained to me that
you kind of need
the wheel
brakes.
bearing was falling off, and it was cutting into this like little circle sheet, and that was tearing the brakes. And they showed me the little circle sheet, and it was like indented, and it was like horrible looking. Like it like little pieces of metal were flying off of it if you shook it. And I was like, man. And they said it's a miracle I never crashed
died
or anything.
Yeah.
They said, like, speaking like how it should operate, I never should have been able to make it to my stop sign.
So, Dylan, what have you learned from this lesson?
That I'm incredibly lucky when it comes to not crashing.
Okay, and
if you hold it out long enough, you'll save money.
If you ignore the problem long enough,
it'll just go away. It'll
just
be
go
fine.
away.
Dylan, I think that you're completely missing the lesson here.
In all seriousness, I should have got it fixed the day I heard a first noise.
Yes. Yes, because that is not safe.
But I just thought that was funny. Like, it's so indented and like torn up, and there's like it's tilting like this, and like an AK-47 going off. Like, they had a wild experience dealing with my car that I dealt with every day for so long. Once a professional looked at it, they're like, "Man, this is bad."
It should probably tell you something that they pulled it over and refused to drive it, and this kid's been driving it for how long?
Because only time I realized like I need to get this fixed was the other day when I was driving through a Walmart, and I'm used to hearing the loud noises in my car, but faces were just staring at me, and I'm
staring
like,
at you.
Yeah,
I'm
when
like,
people
what's
start
going on?
staring
I rolled
at you.
down my window and stuck my head out. And it was like da 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 da, and I was like, oh man, it's getting bad.
Yeah. No, you can't ignore stuff like that.
No, that's like really not good. So yes, we have learned now that you get things fixed, right?
Yeah, and it feels like I have a brand new car. It's so nice. Like, I don't hear anything. The only thing I hear is the brakes because they're new.
Mm-hmm. That's
Apparently
the way
my
I
belt-
felt when I got those new tires on my car.
Yeah.
And apparently my belt's going bad now too. So
Well, that's
What-
not a big deal.
What year is that your car? Do you know?
96 or 97. It's a
That
Ford
is a few
Explorer.
years old.
It's a
Yeah.
few years
It's
old.
older than me.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
Like 8 years older than me.
Wow.
Yeah. True that. All right. Well, we have 1 minute left. What are we going to talk about?
Well, March Madness is coming up.
It is?
And by March Madness, I mean copyright non-infringement basketball mania.
Yes, absolutely.
So the Telegram will be having its annual basketball mania contest where we pick the winners for the NCAA tournament. The Monday after next, March 12th.
Courtney loses, she'll buy you a snack. Wasn't that last year?
Yeah, so the rule last year was whoever came in last place had to buy Courtney a snack. So I volunteered to be a commissioner of the league this year.
You don't even want to participate.
So I will be monitoring the basketball mania this year.
But there's actually a real contest, not just the office
contest.
pool.
Yeah, so there's a real contest. So we'll have an office pool here, so we'll follow along with it. But so March 12th is when the teams are announced, and that's when it will go live online. And all of our listeners, all of our readers are invited to enter. It's free to enter, no cost. And so we will have $600 in prize money. So that is what? $300 to first place, $200 to second place, and $100 to third place. So that will all sort of get kicked off on Monday the 12th.
And here's the deal, folks, because we run into this every year, and it becomes quite controversial. There are some rules that you need to follow, such as you can only enter once.
Yeah.
So don't go on and enter like 50 times because we're just going to throw 49 of them out.
It shouldn't let you do that this year. We used new software last year, so we were still getting the hang of it. If you entered last year, you are already joined in the group for this year. So you should get an email inviting you to just join. Yeah. So we had about 400 people enter last year.
Yeah, it was a lot.
So hopefully grow it even more this year.
There you go.
Yeah. But you can enter online, or the bracket will print in the Telegram. That would be Wednesday the 15th. I think I'm trying to look at the calendar from across the room. So you can take that from the newspaper, fill it out by hand, and mail it in.
Okay.
Or the easier way, which we would prefer you to do it because then we don't have to fill it out on the computer ourselves. We will share the link next week to enter.
Just go online, then you don't have to write anything out and mail it in and all that.
And you'll see live standings. You'll get to see like where you are every week after the
pretty
games.
Cool.
Yeah, and we'll run it in the newspaper, and we'll talk about it here on Main Street TV and on the radio, and it's gonna be fun. And someone's gonna win some money.
There you go.
It's not gonna be me.
Nope, or me, or Dylan.
It might be Dylan.
Nope, you don't count either. You don't get to win. He's like, "What's March Madness?"
Yeah. He's like, "What's March?"
Yeah, what's March?
What's a month?
It's the month that doesn't end in airy.
It's true. Like July.
Yeah. Or June.
Or June. Or August.
April. Or May.
Or May. Well, thank you for watching today. Thank you to Maddie Allman from the OSU Extension Office for coming by and telling us about the 4-H open house happening on March 9th.
Yes, absolutely.
Decembuary.
July-rary.
Happening on Marchuary 9th at the Jackson County Fairgrounds in Wellston.
I don't know why that's so funny. All right. I think I need to go back to bed. This is like, when I can't even figure out how to drive to work in the morning, it's just forget it. It's a rainy day. Just give it up.
It is a rainy day.
All right.
True that.
Well, the weekend will get much better, folks. If you have work to do outside or whatever, tomorrow, Sunday, should be really nice. So get out there and get out and about.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
All right. Thank you for watching. We'll be back here Monday. Have a great weekend.
Pete Wilson's going on vacation. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
So we're going to have to rope someone else into doing news.
Philip Buffington III, Esquire.
2 weeks without Pete Wilson coming up.
2 weeks?
He's going to Arizona.
Okay.
It's exciting.
Partying at the Red Rocks.
Yeah.
All right. Have a great weekend. We'll see you Monday without Pete Wilson. Bye.
Bye, guys.